Hey y'all, today is an exciting video for me because I was given the opportunity to enjoy some A5 Wagyu ribeye from Japan. Wagyu is a delicacy and very expensive compared to regular beef and steaks due to the fact that they are specifically bred to have a higher fat percentage compared to meat, so it gives that famous marbling. That marbling is what describes all of the fat that crisscrosses and sections through the actual flesh of the cow. Normally in beef, it's relatively low, but in Wagyu, it is the exact opposite. So, when you cook it, the fat will come up in temperature and melt and release all of that flavor out in the pan and of course, into my mouth. Today, I will be enjoying this meat in two ways: simply cut and seared on a high heat pan, and then prepared as a Japanese fried cutlet, also known as katsu. The simpler the preparation, the better here, because I really want to focus on the quality of the meat and savor that flavor. And as always, please remember to check out my Twitch channel because I do stream almost all of my cooking there, including recipes that I post here on YouTube. And join my Discord server for more food talk and the occasional anime/movie nights. But without further ado, let's begin. The most common method to cook Wagyu is high heat and just let the meat cook for less than a minute on each side to create a sear and heat up the fat within. I am slicing the ribeye up into small, thin slices here. This will allow for even faster cooking, easier to form a crust, and, the most important part, allow me to savor this meat in very small bites. Take off the fat cap of the ribeye and bring it to a preheated pan. Melt the fat onto the pan. This will act as a food loop for the steak pieces to come. After the fat has been heated up, place the steak slices onto the pan and cook on one side for 30 to 45 seconds. Then flip and cook for another 30 to 45 seconds. You do not want to leave the steak on the heat for too long because it is mainly fat and the fat will begin to burn. Here's a clip from my stream of my reaction of my very first bite.
Oh my god. Holy shit.
As much as eating the steak itself would be enjoyable, I paired the meat with a side of roasted garlic that was sauteed in the Wagyu fat and some white rice to help balance out all of that rich umami that I was experiencing. Some other sides that I recommend would be something pickled. The acidity will help cut all of that richness and fat from the Wagyu. Another option would be to make some dipping sauces. I personally prefer eating it alone, but I want to see if sauces would enhance my experience. One sauce that I did was a soy miso dipping sauce. In a saucepan, add 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, 1 tablespoon of rice wine vinegar for the acidity, and just a splash of sake. Bring that to a boil and then simmer to cook off the alcohol from the sake. If you cannot use sake, a splash of water will work just as well. After simmering for a few minutes, add 1 tablespoon of miso. I have white miso here, so the fermented flavor is pretty light. Any miso will work though. Whisk to combine and pour into a dipping cup. While this is the preferred method of eating Wagyu, let's move on to the next method I prepared, making a gyokatsu. Gyokatsu is Japanese breaded deep fried beef cutlet. Similar to its more popular friend, tonkatsu, which is made of pork, it is prepared in pretty much the same way. The only difference is, since this is beef, we do not need to cook it as long or get it to a higher internal temperature as pork. I begin with a small section of the ribeye, lightly coat with all-purpose flour and then dredge in egg. Then finally coat with panko breadcrumbs. Assure that the entire steak is coated well. In a pan, bring the temperature of the oil to about 375 degrees Fahrenheit and carefully place the katsu in. Fry on one side for 1 minute if you want rare and 1 minute 30 seconds for more medium rare. Flip and fry again for 1 to 1.5 minutes. And then take out and let the oil drain. Carefully slice it up and you can see that the interior is rare yet the exterior is crispy. Just what I'm looking for. Serve with some Kewpie mayonnaise and rice. I also have some leftover soy miso sauce that paired perfectly with the crispy katsu. I hope you enjoyed this video. This was an amazing and eye-opening experience for me, and I hope to do it again someday. Please remember to leave a like and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more recipes and food content. I appreciate all the support and love lately. Let me know what else you'd like to see me cook, and I'll see you on the next one.